Welcome back. In today's video, I want to show you this book. I came across in a charity shop. The book is about fairies. Do you believe in fairies? Have you ever seen one? Let's look inside. First page, a beautiful drawing of a fairy, a white butterfly, wings, flowers in her hair. The artwork is just incredible in this book. It's so perfectly done, so creative, and so detailed. Let's see. A note on the use of the word fairy. The words fae and fairy come from the French and started to replace the Old English elf during the Tudor period. Spencer and Shakespeare popularized the change. In this book, fairy refers to the world of fairy as an entity, as a geographical location, as a general name for its inhabitants. Fairies, and as an adjective, to describe its attributes. We say by way of because there really is no introduction to the world of fairy. That is, no one can introduce you to fairy. The fact is, they will either accept you as a part of their world, or they won't. It's up to them. Sometimes, indeed, a totally unwilling human will nevertheless become captive, taken by fairy for their own purposes. Our own personal experience with fairies is very complicated. This is necessarily so with creatures of such varied and ever-changing character. In an effort to bring some order at least to a controversial subject, we have explored legend, myth, folklore, fairy lore, and even outright fantasy. It has been necessary to sift down the mass of material thus accumulated to practical dimensions. Our book, therefore, is divided up into various categories of fairies and into various categories of fairy experience. Fairy is a world of dark enchantment, of captivating beauty, of enormous ugliness, of callous superficiality, of humor, mischief, joy, and inspiration, of terror, luck, love, and tragedy. It is richer than fiction, would generally lead one to believe that beyond that, it is a world to enter with extreme caution. For all things that fairies resent the most, it is curious humans blundering about their private domains like so many ill-mannered tourists. So go softly, where the rewards are enchanting, the dangers are real. The myths and legends about fairy are many and diverse. possible in the land of fairy. The mystery of fairy has been from the earliest times a subject of human speculation. What are fairies? Where did they come from? Some believe fairies to be fallen angels or hidden dead, not good enough for heaven, but not evil enough to find a place in hell, compelled to live forever in between. In the twilight regions, the Middle Kingdom, in Devon, for instance, pixies are considered to be the source of unbaptized Devon is in the United Kingdom, by the way. Fairy musicians have a magical skill and many songs and airs which today are widely known in the human world have their origins in fairy. The Londonderry Air is one such tune. Fairies are passionately fond of music and outstanding human musicians are at risk of being lured into the land of fairy for the sake of their talent. Fairy melodies are known to be beautiful and plenty, yet wild and capricious, and they have a fatal charm for little. one of the most persistent and recurring themes in European mythology is that of trial of the blessed or fortunate lying in the Western Sea beyond the seas. The Irish seem to have more islands, or more names for the same islands, than anybody else. These islands, whether the homes of fairies, gods, or the dead, are, as their name suggests, lands where all is happiness, peace, and plenty. Dwarves are short but powerfully built. Dwarves are generally bearded and aged in appearance, although this is because they reach maturity when only 3 years old and are grey-bearded by the age of 7. Their homes are the mountains of Scandinavia and Germany, where they mine precious metals to work into armor and other artifacts which are often endowed with magic properties. Fairy encounters. At the time of the English Civil War, there lived a certain Anne Jeffrey who became quite notorious for her claims of having been carried away by the little people. Her powers of clairvoyance of healing by touch, and recounted that she was knitting one day in a shady nook when she heard a rustling. Believing this to be her sweetheart, she decided to pretend she had heard nothing. Then she heard a suppressed laugh and a tinkling sound, and 6 handsome little men dressed in green came into the arbor. One of them, the finest of all, had a red feather in his cap. He spoke to her lovingly, and when she put out her hand to him, jumped onto her palm. When Anne sat the fairy down on her lap, he clambered up her bosom and began to kiss her neck. She was enchanted with his lovemaking. The other 5 little men then climbed on her dress and smothered her with kisses. Suddenly one touched her eyes. She was plunged into darkness and felt herself transported through the air. She was set down, opened her eyes, and found herself in a wondrous land of lush trees, beautiful flowers, gold and silver palaces, lakes of glittering fish, and brilliantly colored songbirds. Magnificently clad people were promenading, resting, dancing, or indulging in pastimes. They now seemed no smaller than Anne, who found herself garbed in the same fine manner as they. Blissfully happy, courted by her 6 friends, Anne could have stayed there forever. Later, she stole away with her ball, with the red feather, but the 5 others, with an angry crowd in their wake, broke in on their happiness. Again she was plunged into darkness, whisked into the air, and finally found herself on the floor. On the floor of her arbor, surrounded by worried friends. Although continued to be guarded by the fairies who nourished her with fairy fruit, as people came to see her from far and wide, and her fame spread, she was persecuted by the authorities, arrested in 1646, and committed to prison. She was not fat but thrived on fairy victuals. Eventually she was released, but understandably would speak no more of her visit to the realm. I hope you enjoy. Please let me know if you would like me to read some more stories from the book. If you find it interesting. And as always, thank you for watching. And I'll see you in the next video.